It sounds like a sort of a roguey.
Yeah, so if you fail, go, no,
If
I'll
you're making a
re-roll.
fantasy name, just start with the
Yes.
consonant and then just
Action is basically a free turn, like another turn immediately.
Welcome to the 217th hour of Adventurers Wanted, almost on home straight. Just a reminder that this performance, like all of our performances, is a relaxed one. That means that there won't be any sudden loud noises. If you need to leave and come back during the hour, you're more than welcome to. There's a relaxed attitude to sound and movement from the audience for the benefit of people who would struggle to be still and silent for an hour. And also the lights will stay up just kind of like this over the whole room. We are having some glitches occasionally with the hotel lights. If those go down, then these ones will always stay on. We'll never go to blackout, and I'll get the lights back up in 10 seconds. None of you look like you need hearing loop headsets or anything. If you did, give me a wave now. But instead, I will hand you over to our games master for the hour, Reese.
Hello, hello, hello. Woo! Yeah! Thank you. I'll be seeing you later. Hello, my name is Reese, and I am the games master for this hour, all the way up till 10 o'clock this evening. So, what is this? What are we doing? We are playing a tabletop role-playing game, and what that means are these wonderful individuals around me control their own special and unique characters with their own abilities and traits and personalities that they can use to influence a fantasy setting. I, as the games master, control the fantasy setting, which means that I control all the seas they sail upon, all the islands they explore, all the allies they make along their way, and the monsters that they fight in the deepest, darkest dungeons. Thank you. To catch you up, because we have over 200 hours of backstory, so buckle in. Our players are crew members upon the Spirit of the Horizon, a scientific research vessel that was sent to investigate an island that seemingly appeared overnight. Whilst investigating, they uncovered this stone tablet, and while removing it from the temple, awakened a great old dead god. In an attempt to flee as the creature destroyed their fleet, they read the spell upon the stone tablet, not truly understanding what it did, forcing them into an entirely new reality, with new lands to explore, new social structures to understand, new species to uncover. Their main mission is to get home, and the way they think they can do this is by recovering tablet pieces that they've found along the way. One such tablet piece they believe to be in the belly of a dragon turtle, whose lair they had recently ransacked and found nothing. After leaving, they find themselves locked in combat with the largest dragon turtle on record and a water genie, a Marid, that goes by the name of El Donalid. As we pick up, I'm going to give our players a chance to introduce themselves, so tell us your name, your character's name, and what they do on the ship. I'm going to start with you, young man.
Hello, my name is Mark, and I'm playing Archimedes Hujikapiv, the elf wizard, and one of the primary monster researchers on the vessel, who's discovering it's better to do that from a distance than the proximity we have been doing.
Hello, my name's Abs. My character is called Seagull, and I'm currently one of the ship's cooks.
Excellent.
My name is Pockets. I'm a halfling rogue. I was the guy in charge of checking everyone's tickets to get on the boat. I was just temping, and this is all a little Malik.
I'm Kevin, this is Anno. We are Squarg, and we also appear to be a halfling rogue. And we were just going along for the ride to kind of see what's going down in this world.
Are you my brother?
We might well be.
And sister, or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, so as we pick up, the ship is in the grips of combat. This dragon turtle, easily 80 to 100 feet long, 50 foot wide, the shell incredibly large, and on its back sits this throne made of coral. Out in the water, you see this water genie currently floating there, casting spells, moving massive streams of water to knock people down. As we pick up in the combat, can I get some combat music, please? Pockets. You are on deck of the ship. You see people running to their battle station. You hear the sound of cannon fire in the air. The smell of the gunpowder hits your nose. What does Pockets do?
Who's at the wheel just now?
At the wheel, at the moment, will be Harrison. Harrison Feith.
What's he doing? Is he just like...
He
Is that a
is
going?
attempting to angle the ship in the right way so he can get a clear line of fire on the dragon turtle.
Well, I've got a better idea.
Oh no.
Great.
Great.
I try and convince Harrison to charge at the turtle right in his face.
You want to ram.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or in his belly, because if the stone
What do you
thing's
say to convince him of this?
I don't really say anything, but I draw a picture and I show him a diagram, and I'm like, yeah.
Make a persuasion check. So roll your d20, add your persuasion modifier.
17.
17. You know what? It's not a bad idea. And the wheel swings round as he rolls a natural 1 on his insight check.
This ticket guy's got some ideas.
He yells out, "Drop main sails!" As you see multiple people look up at the helmsman and with a face of confusion as they make their way up the masts. Okay, so Squarg! What would you like to do?
Well, how big is this thing that we're attacking?
Okay, so you've got the dragon turtle, which is easily almost the length of the ship and is around 40 to 50 foot wide at its widest point, the shell. And then you've got this water genie, this fish-like individual with yellow scales, slick back yellow hair, deep green eyes, wearing this awful blue robe and a small red tie. I'm not being subtle at this point. Sorry, guys. His name is Eldonalid.
Oh my god, I got it.
Yeah. And he is known to have taken control of this dragon turtle, which for some races on the world, the Rakina, these shark-like people, worship this dragon turtle like a god and call it Kelahanu.
So, they're both in the water?
They are both in the water currently. Kelahanu is just crest next to the side of the ship.
Well, do we have any forward-facing cannons that we can fire as we approach?
There are none currently, but you can make the try and convince people to face the cannons forward if you'd like.
It's worth a shot.
Okay. So you make your way beneath deck and begin yelling out. What do you yell out to the individuals who are these gunners who are currently controlling the cannons?
Move those damn cannons to shoot this thing! Save our souls!
Alright, make a persuasion check for me.
10.
10.
Oh, you add your
+2.
+2.
Yeah.
They look back at you and go, "These things are really heavy! Why can't we just turn the ship?"
We're already turning the ship. My brother already convinced them. So we don't want to turn the ship again. We've lost precious time.
Just take one. Don't listen to him.
Yeah, well, we could do that.
We'll move 2 forward. Alright, so they unlash the cannons at the front from their rigging and begin to turn them and push them forward, opening up the 2 unused slots at the front of the ship by the figurehead as it goes on to Archimedes.
Hello.
What would you like to do?
So, I have a question.
Yes.
As a prime monster researcher,
Yes.
I would know roughly where the stomach of this creature would be in relation to its anatomy.
Yes, you would. Make an intelligence check, add your modifier, so your intelligence modifier +5.
Okay, so 19 plus
19.
4, 23 plus 4, 28.
You're about to see a really beautiful drawing. So you've got your turtle, right?
Yes.
This is the turtle. The stomach would be located just beneath the center of the shell.
It'd be quite a big stomach, I'd imagine, as well.
Well, this creature is incredibly large. Some would say gargantuan if we were talking in terms of this particular system and if it had a sizing category
And we believe that the tablet piece research is
in its stomach.
I would like to try and dimension door into the stomach of this turtle creature. I think
The
it's in there.
specifics of Dimension Door says it needs to be an unoccupied space.
I was going with some of it.
The stomach is technically unoccupied. Make a spell attack roll for me.
Sweet. Oh, it's a natural one. Of course it is. Well, it's been fun.
How does your Dimension Door look when you cast it?
It's a door in the shape of a wonderful leather-bound tome.
Mm-hmm.
Some
Okay.
Nice golden edges.
So, you cast your spell trying to aim for the stomach. It's not its stomach.
Oh dear.
As you find yourself in this creature's gaping jaws. Anything you'd like to do as a bonus action very quickly before it bites you in half?
I would like to Misty Step out of the jaws.
Why don't you go down the throat? Just take
Oh,
the
it's,
long
yeah,
way
it's
to
right,
the
it's
stomach.
right.
Make
It's
it
right there.
can swallow it.
I'm gonna do like the, like the theme, the water parks. We run and just do the dive forward. I've come this far. I'm going in.
Okay.
It's nice knowing you.
You've
make
got it,
make an acrobatics check.
Okay. Yes. It's all right. 21.
21. You begin to slide down this dragon turtle's gullet, forcing yourself down. You see the muscles begin to tighten around you. That's where we're going to leave you for now.
I've thought this through. It can't possibly go wrong.
Of course not. Famous last words.
Yes, jail.
Seagull. You're on the deck of the ship. You see the grips of combat around you, people running for their weapons, manning the guns, turning to face these creatures.
Yep.
What would Seagull want to do?
Is the turtle sort of gagging at the moment?
Make a perception check.
Okay. Is that a D20?
Yes, roll your d20 and add your perception modifier. So look in your list of skills.
Doesn't need to.
You don't need to.
Yes.
It doesn't appear comfortable, but it's not stopping its movement. It looks like it's got something stuck in its throat.
We're now heading straight towards it. Are we pretty close?
You've turned. I'd say you've still got 20 degrees to turn to starboard before you are in line with this creature.
And how far away from it are we?
With the turning circle, probably around 20 to 30 feet.
Does it look jumpable for me?
What's your strength score?
18 / +4.
18.
18.
You're proficient in athletics.
Acrobatics +3 or athletics +9?
It's a running jump, so that would technically be athletics, which I think is better for you.
Yeah.
+9 with the start.
You're proficient with it. Yeah.
It's potentially, with a good roll, reachable.
Okay.
I'm being swallowed by the thing. How bad can it go?
Do it. Chanting makes it right. Chanting makes it right.
Yeah, I think I need to go and I think I need to give it a go.
Okay. All right. Excellent. Make an athletics roll for me, please.
Is that D20 again?
Roll your d20. Add your athletics modifier.
8 + 9.
17. You leap through the air, off the front of this ship, the bow, and you're clearing a large amount of space. And as you realise you're wearing heavy armour, you have a lot of weight to you, you begin to fall and head towards this creature's outreaching claw. Make a dexterity saving throw for me.
20 again.
Roll your d20, add your dexterity saving throw modifier. So that's the little box on the right
So
of the
+2.
page.
Roll this out too.
Roll this out too.
18.
18. You grab onto this creature's claw and are able to pull yourself up. You just about make the edge of the shell.
Okay. I'm coming.
Yeah.
I would say that's your turn as we
Go from
move
in, you go
on
from out.
to...
Meet in the middle.
Oh, it's now the turn of the water genie. The water genie is going to recast fly on itself as it begins to raise above the water, and it's going to look out towards the ship and spot the little halfling
Which one?
who is currently at the helm. It's going to throw a trident at you. Will a 17 hit you?
Where's my thing?
Armor class.
Oh, no.
Okay, so a 17 won't hit. As it throws its trident clean through the air, it lands in the banister right in front of you. At which point, he reaches out with his hand, and it returns, bringing it around for a second attack.
Does it teleport back into his hands, or is it like when Thor throws his hammer and it comes back to him?
It's more like when Thor throws his hammer, but as it flies through the air, it has this sea foam effect as it leaves a trail of foam behind it.
Okay.
Comes in with its next attack. Will a 21 hit you, my friend?
It will.
Okay, you take 15 points of piercing damage as the trident hits you clean in the shoulder, digging 2 spikes completely in. He reaches out.
I grab onto it. I want to go with it.
Make a strength check.
Yes.
Everyone's leaving me on the ship.
There's more dangerous places to be.
Clearly. In its stomach.
A high 4.
Yeah. A confident 4.
You fly with it for about 5 feet, at which point the spikes come out of your shoulder and you slip on this slimy, wet coral trident and fall towards the deck, taking 2 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
Okay, it's now the dragon turtle's go. As it is going to, with incredible speed, swim towards the ship and begin to climb up the side.
Did the ship ever ram into it?
Nope, didn't get there in time. Okay, climb to the ship. Yep, no problem. Okay, you look over, and as the ship tilts, as this creature lifts its incredibly large, heavy form onto the side of the ship, can I get dexterity saving throw from everyone on deck?
So it's plus 9.
Oh, which one are we looking at?
They do well.
Yeah, so it's
As the character, I think they probably do.
16 and
I imagine I'll end up in the stomach.
You two are fine. You are not knocked prone.
halflings.
Yeah.
Archimedes, what did you roll for your dexterity saving throw?
I'm not on deck.
You're not.
Well, no. I
You're in
imagine
the throat.
gravity's helping me go down, though.
Oh, that's even worse for you. Oh no. Can I get a constitution saving throw from you at disadvantage? Can I just get constitution saving throws from you? As this creature...
Don't even need to roll twice.
+1.
Gonna just put that in dice jail as well
Yeah.
with another natural 1.
11.
11?
17.
17. You pass. Actually, wait, no, sorry, you don't. As you take
I think we think it's been.
a lot. You take 34 points of steam damage
Oh.
as the throat widens. You see deep in its stomach this bellowing amount of steam come out and around your body. All pieces of your exposed skin begin to blister and boil.
Ah. 35, you said.
Yep.
Ooh.
Gentlemen, you take half of 35 is 16.
16. Cool.
You take 35, I'm afraid.
Can I use my uncanny dodge?
Nope, that's for dexterity saving throws.
A dang.
Oh no. Oh no, oh no. Okay, so this bellowing steam breath comes out
What have we achieved yet?
from the creature's mouth. You look out across the deck as you see multiple members of the crew, their skin beginning to blister as this steam just covers the entire deck. You look down at the wood and it begins to warp under an incredible amount of steam and heat. Okay. Deck's still fine, thankfully. That's the dragon turtle's go. It's now the ship's go. As this creature mounts the side, there's a point blank range, so this is all going to be advantage. Hit, 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 hit. See if it crits. It does. You look out at this turtle as it breathes steam out, and from underneath where you are, you hear, "What are you waiting for? Fire!" And there's an incredible explosive noise as all of the cannons on the starboard side unleash into this creature's shell. You hear cracks and an incredible roar from the turtle as it takes a stupid amount of damage, 50 damage from one attack. Oh. It's fine. It still has over a quarter of its hit points. I'm kidding, it's way over 3/4. It's a dragon tail, guys. Okay, so that's the ship goes. Pockets, what are you doing?
Is there anywhere I can hide?
There are masts and barrels and boxes all over the ship's deck.
Are you
that
thinking
can
the
use to
ship's
cover?
gonna go to pieces?
Yeah, I think the ship's got this. I think Pockets is looking out for himself. I'll try and hide behind the barrel.
You try to hide behind the barrel. Make a stealth check.
26.
26. That will hit. Roll damage. No, sorry, that's your stealth. You are pretty hidden. Sorry, I was thinking you were making an attack roll for some reason.
Can I fire at the... Who's looking worse, the dragon or the genie?
The genie looks a lot worse than the dragon.
I'll aim for him then.
Okay, make your spell attack roll. I mean, you're just a straight... Oh, my goodness. 200 hours, guys. It has its effect on you. Make your attack roll for me. At advantage because you're hidden.
With a sneak attack?
Yep.
Oh. 19 plus 12, so that's 31.
That will hit for sure.
Let's go.
So you're going to need a lot of d6.
I am.
You need
1 plus 7.
this many. So as you release the shot, it flies through the air towards this water genie. You see it strike and hit beneath the robes. How much damage do you do?
27.
27. Nice.
Does this guy have a lamp, like in Aladdin?
From what you see, no.
I was gonna Jafar him.
Squarg.
Now,
What would you like to do?
am I equally good with the rapier and the short bow?
Yes.
Okay. I think it's time to fire a bolt at him.
Okay,
Same
excellent.
one. So now he's a little bit distracted by
Yeah.
you. You get a good shot in.
If you hide,
So-
you get like
Well,
to roll
that's
a
what I'm
million
thinking.
times.
Could I, what if I? Can I?
You can make your way to the top deck so you have a line of sight. You can duck behind the barrier as a bonus action. So that can be your hide action.
Could I kind of sneak closer to get a closer shot?
You'd always be within range,
Right,
pretty
okay,
much.
Okay.
If you wanted to be hidden, I'd need a stealth check from you first, which means that when you roll your attack roll, you'd have advantage.
Oh, let's do that then.
Okay,
I'll
so
hide away.
You
behind-
make your way up onto the top deck, slide across to the barrier, roll your stealth check for me.
It's plus 12.
5. So that's 17.
Ah, okay, you're proficient in stealth, which means that all rolls beneath a 10 count as a 10.
Oh, okay.
So that 5 is actually a 10, add 12 is 22. You are hidden.
Nice. That was.
So you couldn't have messed
Okay.
that up. It was literally impossible.
Now, as you
How do I get that?
glance through the barriers, you have a clear line of sight, make your attack roll at advantage. So you roll twice, take the higher of the two numbers.
Twice. Okay. That's 5. Come on. 19. Here we go.
19, that will
plus
most
12.
definitely hit.
12.
Roll all the damage. So that plus your own d6, and tell me what you roll. As the bolt releases, it flies through the air. You hit this creature square in the neck, and you see this purple blood beginning to run down. Gotta count all that up.
You want the whole lot? Okay. 12, 20, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27.
27.
How did you do that so quickly?
That's whisper.
Okay.
Did you not see that on the sheet?
Excellent. This genie is beginning to look incredibly damaged. Archimedes.
Hello.
You are currently in the gullet of this dragon turtle. Skin beginning to blister.
I'm reevaluating the plan.
Yeah.
No, not really. I'm here now. So can I still cast spells?
Yeah.
Cool. So I'm presuming I'm going further in.
Would you like to?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast fly on myself to make it easier, so that I've got a bit more speed
sure,
and range.
bud. Yeah, of course. You want to cast fly on yourself in a giant dragon turtle.
So yeah, gonna cast fly. I'm gonna
Okay.
continue forward.
Into the stomach.
Yeah, I don't want to land in acid. That'd be.
That would be
bad.
gross.
I mean, that would be a terrible situation to
That would
be in.
Awful situation.
Yeah.
And exactly how stomachs work.
Yeah.
It's like in cartoons when they shrink themselves and go into someone's body.
It's.
But if you're flying above the acid, you could be okay, right?
Yeah, that's the
theory.
plan. I fly. I got
You
more speed.
make your way further down into this creature and you think you find what is the stomach if it wasn't pitch black.
I still have do I have time for bonus action stuff?
Yeah.
I'm gonna cast light
Yeah, absolutely. You cast light.
on
You
my
are
book.
in a large flesh-like chamber. Beneath you is a pool of acid that churns.
Oh.
That's your turn.
Yeah, no, that's. I'm
Seagull!
feeling good about this.
What would
Whole
you like to
situation.
do as you're holding on to the sightless creature as it's climbing its way up onto the ship?
Good question. Can I see the? Is it a water genie? Water genie?
It's a water genie, yes.
Can I see that genie?
Yes, you can.
And it looks like it's on its last legs.
It looks pretty damaged.
What about the dragon turtle? It doesn't
The
look-
dragon turtle looks in considerably better shape. It's taken damage, but it's been almost superficial.
Am I in a position to attack the water genie?
From where you currently are, holding onto the sightless creature's shell, what would you want to attack it with?
A light crossbow?
Yeah,
Or how far away is the genie from the turtle?
it's probably around 20 to 30 feet. It's flying in the middle of the air.
Do I think it's in range for a light crossbow attack?
Yeah, it's definitely within range.
Yeah, I'll have a pop at it.
Okay, make your attack roll for me.
Okay, a d20.
D20, yep.
Okay. 16.
16, that will most
Is this
definitely hit.
With your crossbow, yeah? Yeah, so plus alone. 27.
27.
Yep.
Roll
Range
damage for me.
is, what is damage 1d8 plus 6?
1d8 plus 6, yeah.
Ooh, 9.
9, okay.
Plus, so
You get more attacks, yeah.
you can attack 3 times on that.
Okay, so
no,
the
I
way
can't.
crossbows work is you have to
Yeah,
load them.
Load it.
So you wouldn't get 3 attacks, you'd only get 2 as you use one of your attack actions to load. So you still have 1 more attack if you want to use it.
I'd really like to finish this thing off. Yeah, if I can.
Okay.
So another attack.
Mhm.
Yeah. 22 in total.
22 will definitely hit. Roll damage for me.
Okay.
Is this one shocking bad?
7 plus 13. Not plus 13, 13 total.
Okay. Hang on. It's these 2 bolts strike the creature in its side, not expecting to get fire from the dragon turtle. It reels in pain and looks over to you as it's now his turn.
So can I do
You could action surge.
my action surge?
You can action surge, yeah.
In my opinion, is this thing like on death's door now, as an experienced fighter?
As an experienced fighter, not having fought genies before, he's taken severe amount of damage. He has multiple piercing marks and scratch marks across his body. You see where he's been burned by radiant energy. He looks incredibly damaged,
Yeah.
but he's still maintaining his fly. He's still maintaining his concentration.
I've got 11 of them.
Alright. Make an attack roll for me.
which is a crit. for
19
you.
is
Superior
a critical hit for fighters at your level.
Okay.
So, roll 2d8 and then add your modifier.
Okay.
That's my deal.
6.
6 plus 6 is 12.
Yeah. 2. Thanks.
That's
So close. Sorry, you release the shot and it's a terrific shot and it strikes it clean in the stomach. You see as his form loses concentration on the fly spell, but you see his form begin to shift as he gestures as he falls and casts an incantation upon himself. You see 2 incredibly large wings form from his back, and they expand further and further, giving him the wingspan of around 200 feet. His body covers in feathers. This large orange beak appears, multiple coloured plumages all over his head as his wings beat there, as he is turned into a creature known as a rock.
What did you do?
Beautiful plumage.
Beautiful plumage.
I goes down for like 10 seconds.
As he has transformed into a rock and begins to fly high above the ship. Now the dragon tails go. Rather pissed off that it got shot in the stomach multiple times. Actually, wait. It knows something's inside it.
I mean,
Oh no.
does it though?
Can I get a constitution saving throw from 1, 2, 3 of you?
So they're 20.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's got.
At disadvantage because you're inside it.
Ah, but I'm flying inside it. Oh, that made all the difference. It's 13 instead
13?
of 21.
9.
19.
Once again, success. You take half. So you take 16 points of fire damage, steam damage. You take 35, you take 35.
Ah,
You're in your
well,
last legs.
fly's done.
I've got 5 hits.
You make a
Can you
concentration
recover any
check.
health? By
Oh,
any-
I'm out of hit points. I'm in the drink.
Yeah.
I had 34
Get in the
left.
barrel and hide.
As you fall unconscious in this creature's stomach, the concentration on fly falls as you land in the stomach acid
But
and
would it
begin
be?
to
Would it be?
fizzle away.
Ah,
We'll see how that turns out, depending on how the rest of the round goes.
If it's flying, will the acid not have like collected at the back now, as opposed to where he lands?
Potentially. It all depends on how much damage the ship does right now.
that was so close. I had a whole plan. There was going to be sea turtles, mini sea turtles. It was going to be great.
I did actually
Yes.
think, what if the dragon
Yes.
just breathes fire by searing his throat? I was like, oh well.
I'm in the stomach. Where's the fire come from?
There is another thunderous clap from the cannons below as it enters into this creature's stomach again. It needs to roll a Constitution saving throw. Rolls a 12. As the stomach acid that you're currently being held in churns, and it vomits you back up.
Yay!
You look out across the deck as a collection of fish guts and stomach acid and a wizard fall out and tumble across the deck. Slight fizzle of stomach acid burning away at his clothes. You see as one of your allies has fallen, potentially. Pockets! What would you like to do as you see this wizard get thrown up unconscious out of this dragon turtle's body?
I can't heal.
You have 2 healing potions.
Oh, do I?
We had healing potions.
Yeah, we have healing potions.
Oh.
Thank you.
Could I give one to me and one to him?
Bonus action, drink it yourself. Action to feed it to someone else. Yeah, you could both. We're at superior now, so that's 10d4. Let's just take the average. You both take 45 points of healing if you need it.
Yay.
Thank you.
So you come back to consciousness and you look up as this small halfling is pouring a healing potion down your throat.
Did I do it?
How did the dimension door go?
That well?
Square!
Right, where are all our enemies right now?
The water genie has turned into a giant bird and is flying above the ship.
Right.
The dragon turtle is trying to mount the ship.
And what state is he in at the moment?
He looks... The bird,
The turtle.
the turtle, she, as we established.
Right.
Oh.
I missed that important.
Yep. She looks incredibly healthy still.
So she was just sick, right? And the tablet of the spell thing that we're looking for is in her stomach.
Yep.
Is that on the deck just now?
Make a perception check.
Because if it was, y'all are welcome.
5. That just means I don't see it.
You see a large amount of fish guts and stomach acid. You do not see a tablet piece.
Dang.
But it just means you're not very perceptive, right?
Yeah, I know.
It could
right?
be there.
I'm really busy with this potion
Why don't you
business.
check?
Well, I mean, are we good at that, really?
+1.
Well, are there any like barrels of gunpowder on this ship? Presumably, you know.
Yeah, there is plenty of barrels of gunpowder down in the hold. You'd be able to reach the gunpowder in this turn and get back up with it with your next turn if you wanted to do something with it.
I'm thinking some big explosion here could destroy this turtle in one
On a
fell
boat?
swoop. Well, we could all swim to the somewhere.
We'll worry
Please
about
don't
that
destroy
later.
the boat.
Somewhere.
Please don't
Let's
destroy
make
the
things
boat.
interesting, right? I'm gonna go and get a barrel of gunpowder. Do I need anyone's help, or can I?
You can find a small keg of gunpowder because normally they're kept in barrels about so big, so you'd be able to carry it as a halfling still.
All right, let's do that then.
Okay, you make your way down ship into the gunner's main hold, picking up a barrel of gunpowder that is being held in the stocks. You make your way back towards the stairs. That's your turn. Archimedes, after being thrown up and having a healing potion poured down your throat, what would you like to do?
I would like to see if the plan worked. I would like to look for the tablet piece, because I assume all of this was my doing.
Make a perception check for me.
15.
15. There's a large collection of fish guts, seaweed, and decaying, rotting mess. It could potentially be in one of these piles.
Is the rock looking like it's harrying the ship, or is it running away?
It's
That's
made
the first
itself
time I've noticed
above
the
the
rock.
ship at
Okay.
this point.
Yeah, I'm good. Is it what sort of range is that at?
That is around, from the deck to the top of the sails, is almost 80 to 90 foot. So the rock would be about 100 foot away from you.
100 foot away, you say?
Yes,
Okay.
I do say.
Okay. Cause I'm sorry, I need to check a range.
Oh no.
150 feet. I'm a fireball it.
Oh no.
Let's make it fancy. Let's call it 5th level, shall we?
That was a fail. So,
So it's
you point up. How does the spell take form?
I would like.
What was the fail, sorry?
The fail was his dexterity saving throw to move out of the way of the fireball.
The
The bird.
the rock, yeah.
The giant rock.
I want it to be a
Confusing name for a bird. Why call a bird a rock?
giant exclamation point where the dot at the bottom is on fire.
Excellent. With excellent grammar, you point towards this giant red exclamation mark appears, flies through the air, and you look at the dot at the bottom, and there's this small red arcane orb. As it strikes the creature in the chest, roll damage.
I'm gonna over channel that, so it's maximum damage on 10d6, so it's just 60 straight fire damage.
Of punctuation damage.
60 points of fiery grammar straight into the bird. Which may be the
Thank
greatest
you.
sentence I've ever said.
As you do this, fire strikes and engulfs the chest of this creature. It reels in pain, losing some of its momentum in the air, but still holding its form.
Cool. It's probably all I can do. Unless I
Well,
can
you could
stand up.
stand up.
I can stand up, because I imagine that looks really cool.
Yeah.
I'll stand up.
You stand up. That's a wise idea with a dragon turtle in front of you.
Oh.
Seagull, you're still on this dragon turtle's back.
Yeah.
Good ideas.
Do I notice if there's anything anything hidden in the detritus of the vomit?
Make a perception check.
12 plus
7. Yeah.
19.
There is one pile that is considerably larger than the rest. Appears to hold multiple things in it. You see weapons, you see bits of stone, you see a collection of things, but you can't see the tablet right now. Anything else you want to do with your turn, Seagull?
Yeah, I'm just. What do I know about the tablet? Like, sorry, because
It's a brown soapstone.
We're all after it, right?
Yes, everyone is after the
And it's got
tablet. You've
part
all
of it.
seen the fragments of it collected on the captain's desk. It's this brown soapstone tablet which has this strange scribbling upon it. So far you've collected 5 pieces. You knew that one was in the belly of this creature,
Yeah.
and one is in a floating city known as Clathid.
So even so even if we got this one piece, it's not like the end of the puzzle.
No.
Right. So I might prioritize
Killing the beasties.
preserving our lives. How far away is the fiery rock?
It's about 100 foot above you.
What's the range of a light crossbow?
80 feet.
Boom.
But you could roll with disadvantage, and it would still potentially hit. You just need to roll above its
Does
arm.
it look?
It looks like it's taken a fair amount of damage from that fireball that engulfed it.
Ooh. How far away is the So this thing's on fire.
Yep.
How far away is? Where's the nearest barrel of gunpowder? Like, how far could I throw a barrel of gunpowder?
You'd have to get a barrel of gunpowder first, but in terms of how far you could throw it, I'd say you could easily throw it 30 feet. If you wanted to throw it further, it would be an athletics check.
I've got +9 on athletics.
You do.
Good at athletic.
Is it worth it? I mean, if I chucked it over to you?
Yeah. How is he back on deck now?
He will be making it back on deck shortly.
Can I put myself in a position? Although I don't know he's doing this, so do I? No.
Get the bird. I want to kill one thing before it ends today.
Just not sure I'm gonna. Okay, I'll have a pop at it. I can always try.
The
my-
bird?
Yeah, I can try my ridiculous.
Okay. You load your crossbow,
Yeah.
fire upward, make an attack roll at disadvantage, which means you roll twice and take the lower of the 2 numbers.
What?
Yeah.
2.
Oh, 2.
You fire up into the sails and lose track of the bolt. You don't know if it hit or not.
Hey, it was a long shot.
It
You
was.
got another shot.
You
Do
do
I?
have
You've got
one more
loads of
shot.
attacks.
Oh, extra attack.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Use one of your attack actions to load. You still have one more attack action as you
Go on.
sit on the back of
Shoot
the
it.
dragon turtle as it makes its way onto the ship.
Same thing again. 2 rolls. Oh, have I got any closer? If this thing's moving, has it moved any closer to the rock? Seeing
You
it's back
don't.
to the ship.
It's still at least 100 foot away from you. Still a roll at disadvantage, I'm
It
afraid.
was worth it.
Okay. 10.
10.
20.
Oh.
So you take the 10. You add your modifier.
Plus 11.
That will hit. Roll damage for me.
1d8 plus 6. 9.
9. Okay.
All damage is good damage.
Ooh, there's a lot going on now. Sorry. Dragon turtle is going to make 2. It's going to make all 3 of its attacks towards you as it's rather angry that you climb down its stomach.
Shield!
Shield.
Straight away,
Smart move.
shield.
13 misses. 22.
So shoot, 22 is going to be what the AC is.
Yep,
Yeah.
22 will hit, and 25 will hit.
Yeah.
So you take. First attack was the bite, thankfully misses. You take 24 points of slashing damage as 2 claws break through your shield, slashing across your chest.
Is that for both attacks, yeah?
Yep.
Oh, thank God.
It's now the rock's turn. Ha! It goes towards the crow's nest, wrapping its claws around one of the individuals up there, flies out over the open ocean, and drops them.
No!
Wilhelm scream. As the individual falls, you see as they hit the water, and their little head pokes up, thankfully. But they are a man overboard. It's now the ship's turn. One moment, sorry.
Oh.
You look up at the rock as multiple individuals are firing up at it. You see it be pierced multiple times by different arrowheads. You once again hear the thunderous crack as another volley of cannonballs enters the turtle's stomach. Pocket.
Okay.
In these last moments before we break, is there anything you want to do?
Can I reach it with my short bow just now?
The rock or the dragon turtle?
Rock.
The rock. You can certainly try. It will be a roll at disadvantage.
Do you know in like Pirates of the Caribbean?
Yep.
Where like Johnny Depp grabs a rope and then he kicks a lever and he goes whoop?
Yes.
I want to try that. Is that possible?
Yeah. Yeah, it is. You make your way over towards one of the heavier crates that is purchased just on the edge of the ship. You go to kick it off and grab onto the rope that's attached to it. Make a strength check for me.
12.
Not quite as gracefully as you like, but you kick the barrel off and begin to go flying into the air. You go up 20, 40, 60 foot, reaching almost one of the top sails. The creature is within range for you to take a shot.
Fire.
Okay.
Crit.
A crit.
Yep, 20.
Oh. Here, have some D6s.
So this is all doubled, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Okay, so 10, 8, so that's 18, plus 7, 25, 29, 2, 31, that's doubled, 61 plus 7, 68.
68 points of damage.
If it's critted, yes.
How do you want to finish this bird off?
Yes!
I don't know. How many eye? Pew!
The shot releases, you strike this creature in the side of the head. It reels in pain. As it does, the limbs shrink again, and you see the Marid begin to fall out of the air, and that is where we're going to leave this hour off.
Yeah.
And hand back over
Take
to our
that far.
SM Cat.
Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you for playing. We're doing this from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. and 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. For the rest of today, and then Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, where we will finally hit hour 250. We're also live streaming the whole thing on twitch.tv/adventurerswanted and live tweeting it on @adventurers250. You're more than welcome to come back, see where the adventure goes. You can also buy player tickets, from Sweet Venues, which is the box office downstairs, or their website if you want to get involved. I'm now going to throw, in case anyone, actually, is there anyone here involved in anything else at the Fringe that they want to plug? Because normally we have plugs and stuff, but if there's none.
I work at this show, so.
Come see this show.
Yeah, tell us more.
If you come at 5 p.m. any day, then Tommy will be doing the BSL interpretation, which is pretty cool to watch of this. In that case, we've just got a quick turnaround to our next star, so it's just out the way you came. But one final